Welcome back to some more Alien Crossfire. Essentially, Civ 2 in Alpha Centauri skin. With me, Daniel from Dan Has Fun. Last episode we got declared war on by the Gaians. I guess they were fed up of us not being able to pick green, even though we physically can't pick green as an economy type because of who we are. We're Domai of the free drones. So this episode, we're going to have to switch gears a little bit. We were going to slowly accumulate needle jets and then just kind of show how broken all of air combat is. But I guess we're going to have to start on it sooner rather than later. And we did have to switch out a free market, even though we were in it for less than a coffee break. Because the -3 planet rating will be very, very bad, especially against a faction that mostly deals with psi units. We're probably going to see a load of our formers blown up. That's pretty common when war with the AI happens. But at least they're super cheap to replace. So, we're just going to end turn. Only thing I did before I set the recording back up is I cleared up the obsolete units list because there's a lot of them. And I added a couple of secret projects into the queues for a couple of different cities. So one city is going to be building the theory of everything, at least attempting to. The other one's going for the living refinery. Both of them are helpful but not critically important. I will say, given the time that the war has come out, there's an argument to be said for the living refinery being a little bit more useful than it would typically be. So I hurried the production of the subsea trunk line in the city we're going to build it in. We're going to build it in Tanker's Rest because at least that's a little bit different. Having said that, we'll probably have to build some more defenses in this city as a result of that. So yeah, so you can see our unit list is still pretty big. It's bigger than it probably could be if I really wanted to micro in. But it's certainly an improvement. Really, a lot of the units I got rid of were the 3 resonance ones and the level 4 defensive units, because at this point, barring like the Shard Squad, which honestly, obsolete that too, I don't think that's relevant. We don't need them. We do have some reasonable air defensive units. We'll probably have to start building some of these. We can get rid of that too, actually. We don't need that. Oh yeah, could have got rid of more units. I'm going to get this one instead because it's anti-air. Maybe we'll get a bit of both. That's fine. Anyway, let's end turn like the thing I said I was going to do and see how we get on. See what we get attacked by immediately by the Gaians. We knew we weren't getting the neural amplifier. Against such abominations, we organize our defenses on the principle that one strong and able mind can shield the many. We would like that, given we're being attacked by the Gaians, but it was never going to happen. And the Gaians are now going for the longevity vaccine, which we also can't build. It is a very good secret project, but we don't have access to it. But we are now in kind of the full mid game, and as is common, all the factions hate each other, including us.
Production complete. Production complete.
Where are you? -3. Hold the other one by the the one by the volcano. Okay. So you do have a tree farm at this point, and this is finally able to grow. For a long time, it just had no nutrient tiles really at all. So it's nice that it can grow even if it's really slowly. It's not a tiny city at this stage, but at least it can do something. This city is probably going to spend its time getting an aerospace complex and building some air units, because it can't build naval ones. So it might as well do something. And we're going to slowly start introducing shard interceptors.
Production complete.
Because it's not going to be far, long until other factions get access to air units. A lot of our naval stations need to have their defenses improved. This one is no exception. So we're going to get a perimeter defense, and then we're probably going to start building some more defensive units. Again, it'll say that they are prototype, but once one...
Each individual pipe contains a hot slurry of minerals drawn from planet's crust, and it makes a sound like rain falling on a tin roof. When they converge at the trunk line, the sound becomes a terrifying thunder, a thunder of untold wealth and power. Captain Ulrich Svensgaard, tending the sea.
I guess everybody wanted to talk there at the same time. So yeah, so we got our first subsea trunk line, so that's just more production in this city. Up to 19, where the living refinery is going to be built, so that's pretty good. It's only 17 turns to complete the living refinery.
Confirmation.
And we have so much money that we could totally just buy it outright if we wanted to. We're not going... Are we going to? That would save us a lot of minerals. We might buy it in a turn or two, because it'll be a lot cheaper.
Production complete.
You definitely need some more defensive units.
Golden Age begun.
I hope so. Like, our people are doing very, very well for themselves. We have a lot of highly populated cities. Even our newest zone has reasonable population, but yeah, we've got 9, 6, 5, 9, 9, and then if you go to the places we've got some tenure for, we have populations between like 11 and in some places our capital's 16. We do have our first and probably only a fusion planet buster. This is not with the intention to use unless we're doing it kind of for memes. This is a case of the AI being like, hey, you probably don't want to attack us right now because it will end your entire career. So we're just going to keep that in our capital and see what happens. Interesting that the Isle of Deep did not attack me last turn. I don't really know why, but you can now see that our odds are back to being 5 to 5. We're going to say no, and we're going to just do a long-range attack instead. Didn't do anything, but the plan was we'd do chip damage and the air unit could come in. This is what an air unit looks like, so this isn't a bit... This is pretty obsolete at this point, the Chaos Needle Jet. But you can see it does far better, and it's doing far better because if we look at the stats at the bottom there, it's to do with their power. So they have 20 versus 10, and that's because we are using the fusion reactor. We still nearly lost, for good measure, but
Turn complete.
that blew up two... I think they had 2 spies in that Isle of the Deep, so that's gone, so we don't have to worry about that.
Turn complete.
And if we can take out a lot of their transportation units, they don't have planes at the moment, so we should be fine. We could even wander into Water Garden and just break it outright if we wanted to. But I don't mind them settling out even during times of war. That's fine, because it means there's just more stuff for us to take if we're going to end up being super aggressive. I don't know how we feel about that. Other thing that's worth noting, and I noticed this between episodes, so Corner Global Energy Market. This is a pretty unique way of winning the game that most Sid Meier's base games you just don't have the option for. If you can afford to buy every city in the game, you can do this option where you can corner the global energy market, and then I can't remember how many turns it is, but it's a little bit later you will then win, assuming you haven't been destroyed by everybody else.
Insufficient energy.
You need 26,000 credits. We're already at 8, and when we were in free market, we were making nearly 1,000 energy a turn. That's an option too. Oh, disturbed sunspots. That is backstab the event, usually. So we can't communicate for 20 turns. We must have just unlocked level 6 defense.
Einstein would turn over in his grave. Not only does God play dice, the dice are loaded. Chairman Shen Jiyang, looking God in the eye.
Probability mechanics. Yeah, it does give you level 6 defense, but more importantly, it gives you tachyon fields. So this is another multiplier on the defense of your cities. We don't want the AI building that if we're going to have to attack them.
Production complete. Production complete.
Okay, you have an aerospace complex, and you don't need any more defending, so I'm fine with you going straight into fusion needle jets. Although I'd rather you go into shard needle jets, or shard penetrators as they're called. Let's do that.
Project initiated. Production complete.
Okay, you built a fusion needle jet. That's fine, because now we can go to shard ones.
Production complete.
I'm not worried about them building these obsolete ones, because we can just upgrade them for credits. Not a big deal.
Production complete.
You don't need any more defense right now. You can go for a hab complex first, because you're capped. And then you can go for shard penetrators. And we got our first satellite into space, into orbit. So anything you can see next to me, just to the left there, you can see little squares of black. They'll now be
Sky farms are fantastically beautiful, with their kilometre-long networks of glass framed in grids of metal, and the sunlight shining through jungles of vegetation inside. When one of them catches the light, you can see the refracted beauty for miles. They are life-giving stars on a desolate planet, gardens on the wing. Lady Deirdre Sky, Planet Dreams.
Beautiful. And unsurprisingly, we're the first faction to get a spacecraft into orbit. 2302, so we're just over 200 turns
Production complete. Production complete.
in. Commons is done at the colony. You definitely need... we can get... Yeah, you're just terraforming rate doubled, generally. I guess we'll get some super floors.
Production complete. Production complete.
Okay, so you look like you finished everything you can do, so let's go to another base that needs a lot of help developing. Where hopefully we won't get shot down, that would be preferable. Let's go over to Eta Sector, it's a bit out of the way. So yeah, we do want to go on staring for ships patrol, so we can see one here. It's a interesting ship. It's a 136 with anti-air. Okay. Sure. You do you. I do wonder where they're going to attack us from. Like, if I was to be a gambling person, I think they're going to try and come this way. Because this is where more of their development is. But the smart money would be they should come this way. We shall see. Our impact foil that is horribly obsolete
Cannot execute order.
can't be upgraded because we don't have a completed prototype for any of this. But this is really just for scouting. It's a rubbish unit at this point. It's going to be used for scouting purposes. This Chaos Needle Jet is probably going to do a little bit of probing of its own. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, what do we have going on here? They do have a lot of units, but they're not super strong units, and they all seem to be in Greenhouse Gate. I guess we can attack it and slow them down a bit. Sometimes they'll change what they're planning to build if you attack them all. They didn't in that case. Okay, you, my friend, are just going to be automatic, just fully automatic, that's fine. And air units, even though they feel like they probably shouldn't, they do have zone of control, so that we can block units as well. And the nice thing about being Domai is that we build units so cheaply, compared to most. We don't mind a one-to-one exchange of troops. We can outbuild you. Not just because you're the AI and not very smart. So that's 5 moves left, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Turn complete.
Excellent. We are going to have to put more units back up here in Freeman's Park, but for right now, this is perfectly safe against Miriam. I'm almost tempted to take this second boat and just have it go for scouting purposes too, but it's on the wrong side. Let's have it head towards the Eta Sector just so it has some extra
Turn
defenses.
complete.
Silly Gaians making a terrible decision. We should go check what they're kind of doing in terms of their overall game plan, how they're getting on. I can have which menu it's in. Here we are. So we're going to headquarters. In terms of science, we have techs that cost a nice even 2,000. It costs more the more cities you have. But we're making 650 a turn, which is why we can roughly every 3 turns, maybe a fraction less, get a new tech. We have a very balanced tech tree, which is weird because we've not really balanced a huge amount over the course of the game. It just happens to have been that way. Compare that to, say, the Gaians, who are... Where are you? I'm staring right at you. There he is, right next door. Their tech cost is only 1,178. They have less settlements than us, and they have less tech. They have a lot less tech if you compare the two, if you look at the tech progress bar charts. We have more of everything. Admittedly, not a ton in certain areas. But yeah, we are ahead of them in every way. In terms of their budget, because again, we have infiltrator status because of the secret project and the fact that we're the head of the planetary government, we can see, like, this is our breakdown in terms of money, by the way. We're getting 13 from loans, but everything else is just pure income. The Gaians are making 68 energy credits a turn. Just absolutely nowhere near. What are they building? They're mostly... You'll be able to see in red when they're building military units. They're mostly not building military units. They're mostly still doing infrastructure and the longevity vaccine. But much like the name says, it's going to take a long time before they can build that. I would not be surprised if the university builds it first. We can't build the longevity vaccine, which is a shame, but they can't build these either, it would seem. So we're pretty safe there. And yeah, this is proof we've got our first satellite into space. So realistically, I'm not really worried about what the Gaians can do. They might be a little bit annoying with their psi units, but in terms of overall attack power, pretty lacking. And here they come attacking our CU formers. It's just what the AI does. It comes and snipes them down. They did drop troops somewhere. We'll have to go find out where that is.
Production complete.
Do you need, in your position, a tachyon field yet? Probably. Let's get one just in case, and then we'll get another defensive unit, although with how cheap they are, let's just get Chaos Marines. And then we're going to get a couple of orbital power transmitters, just for a bit more energy.
Production complete.
I don't usually build them, really, a lot, because I don't usually do the economic victory type. I'm not sure I'm going to this time either, but it gives us an option. Liberty Plant needs probably a second defense unit, but it needs a HAB complex critically, because it can't grow. So we'll do that first. Then we'll go for, again, we'll go for Chaos Marines. They're pretty balanced units at this stage of the game.
Production complete.
Anvil of Man is a pretty mediocre city right now. We should probably get a tachyon field in it, though, because it is in a place where the Gaians could theoretically attack us. Get that ahead of time and get maybe a second defensive unit, too.
Production complete.
Ret columns. Columns? Yes, they might be. They might just have pillars of happiness. Maybe that's where they put like all their TVs. They'll hang them on a pillar or a column. No, Assembly Hall needs something for happiness. So let's get a research lab. It's weird to think that you're building a laboratory for it, but it's because it's a hospital that makes people happy. And then we'll get a HAB complex as well.
Production complete. Production complete.
Network node is done in Freedom's Foundry, which is still pretty undeveloped, so we need a super fusion former in there, please. Then you're going to get a tachyon field and some more defenses.
Production complete. Production complete.
Okie dokie. So, you seem to have run out of places to go, so you're going to go to Freedom's Foundry and improve things there. Support from here. Fantastic. There you go. You're going to sit in place because you are heavily damaged. Still don't see anything out at sea of any concern. Where did they settle down some units? Here they are. What do you have? There are mine worms here, which is a little bit annoying. However, because we get the attack...
Combat report.
We did extra damage. We did collateral because in a stack, if you're not in a city, if you use a ground unit to attack another ground unit and one side obviously has to lose, all the other units in that stack take damage too. Air units do not do that. I guess that's how they thought they were balancing the game. It's not very balanced. Okay, you see now they're building tachyon marines because they were going to build a colony pod, but now they can't do so because they have perceived that, hey, they're under attack. They perceived it because they are. And you see again, they're now building a different unit. Where was? I was pretty sure there was a transport down here somewhere, but I don't remember where it was. Because we could probably go and land some troops there. Maybe we'll just build another one, because there is one here, but it's miles away. It might get sniped. Might be fine. It can hold 4 units. It's not the biggest troop carrier in the world. Let's get that over to Anvil of Man straight away.
Turn complete.
It might get sniped by the enemy on the way. It's fine if it does. Not worried about it, because we can just build them on the fly. But we're going to start getting some units over there. So these are horribly obsolete. We're going to take these two and put them over in Anvil of Man. See how quick that movement was? They could do it in one turn because most of it's mag tube, which is crazy. Bend to move, not click cursor to. So you'd think this would be the way it would want to go first, but no, this is the menu and there's no shortcut for it.
Turn complete.
Very strange. We're going to borrow, I think, this unit to put as defense in the cargo.
Turn complete.
And then we're going to build one more of these and then go back to shard penetrators, please. We're going to try and, if they're going to attack us, we're going to take some land off them while they don't have air units. It's really what it boils down to. But we do have to have some, not a ton of defensive units in order to kind of protect things. Anvil of Man is still building things. The drilling grounds is building. Okay, yeah, you're going for defenses after you get a ship. I'm just trying to balance our forces out, but we need a transport somewhere. And we can't build the transport in Miners Freehold. Let's build it here first. So we'll do a... Shard cruisers are good, but that's not what we're looking for right now. We're looking for the Fusion Cruiser Transport. Then we'll build one here. Yes, it'll cost us extra, but it's fine. We're just going to rush this.
Confirmation.
Thank you. That'll speed things up massively.
Request confirmation.
We'll do that to get some more food, and then we're going to interrupt this event by going for a tachyon field, just to make sure we don't get sniped. Because that's a very, very high value city. Seawork Caverns is massive. That's doing a lot of work for us. Eventually what's going to happen, it's going to grow so big it's going to hit a second population limit, but we'll worry about that later. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't got anything here. University's got one unit on a ship. That's kind of cool, I guess. They're probably coming over to deal with Miriam, because they are at war. Yeah, you spin that in circles. I love watching the spies just do like a loop, because they're like, oh, what do we do, what do we do, what do we do?
Production complete. Production complete.
Research hospital at Welders Shipyards. You definitely need another defensive unit. Get that in there. Get a tachyon field as well, please.
Production complete. Maximum population reached. Production complete.
So many things are being built. Okay, Alpha Sector has not a lot going on. So guess what? You're getting some super formers.
Production complete.
Okay, you're now in Eta Sector. Excellent. You're going to support from here. I'm going to wait to use you this turn, because they should be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they could theoretically attack, so I'm going to explicitly move you there and say remove sea fungus. We're then going to wait with our skim ship and see what they choose to do. You're still pretty damaged. You're still pretty damaged. Toggle turn. Our transport is going to tell us that it's seeing, well, potentially hostile troops, but it's not. It's fine. You're going to sit in place still. You're going to keep scouting. They do have mine worms in there, so I'm going to back away next turn. Because they'll probably attack us and wreck our face. You still need to recover. You should go to Anvil of Man for now.
Turn complete.
We'll get more units here afterwards. I don't think they'll attack me straight here. They could, and if they do, we do have movement there, but I'd be surprised. More kelp. Kelp everywhere. That destroyer, see, didn't quite get into range.
Our scientists now use fractal theory to teach the molecules to assume or resume a particular form. Substances of amazing strength become simple once the formulae are properly computed. Colonel Corazon Santiago, the Council of War,
So nanometallurgy lets you have deep pressure hulls on ships, so you can make submarines. I almost never do that. The carrier deck is something on seagoing transports that lets you carry and refill air units, which is situationally useful, but I don't tend to do that very often either. But the repair bay allows the transport unit to repair units while they carry them. That can be useful, but again, I don't use all these situational but not super important options. But it does help us go towards some very good techs.
Maximum population reached. Production complete. Production complete.
So many things I have to click through now. And I know I can turn them off, but I'm intentionally putting them there so I remember to check them afterwards. Again, this is an old game with some crusty AI. And crusty UI. Having more reminders is better than not having enough reminders. You've done probably everything you need to do, so you're just going to do fully automate. It's fine. What are we like for combat here? So we're 10 to 9 because they're damaged. So they have the fusion reactor in them, but they have damage. So they only have maybe 50... Yeah, they have 50% more health than we do. We have better stats than them. So I'm going to say we give it a go. There we go.
Terraform complete.
I didn't mind too much if we did lose, but I just don't have to think about them anymore. Okay, can we upgrade you? We can. We're going to upgrade you for 100 energy credits. It's 100% worth doing it because we're now going from 8 attack to 13. You were not going to because 10 is borderline. We might upgrade those, we might not. But 8 we certainly are. Okay, so our transport unit is now going to come to Anvil of Man. There you are. You can hold 8 cargo at this point, which is excellent. We're not probably going to have 8 units available straight away, so we're just going to hide temporarily. We still want to move you, even though you're obsolete at this point. Go into Hammer and Tongues instead, it's safer for you. You're still damaged, so we're going to heal first. You can't heal and upgrade the same turn.
Invalid base site.
Even if it's land to sea, it won't let you do it. So we're probably going to go in this corner instead then. Yeah, their mind worms is still healing, so we're going to run away bravely, obviously. Lau's going to have to deal that I have a unit in his territory temporarily. He'll probably hate it, but...
Turn complete.
Deal with it. What we should really be doing is building a few more land units. I think we're building on too many air units and not enough land. I also want to get... Where am I building it? The living refinery. We've spent a few turns.
Request confirmation.
It's now only 952 to do. So yeah, we're going to do that. That'll give us more minerals everywhere. Okay, so that's done. We are going to build some land units out of our capital instead of air units. So what do we want? We want Shard Rovers, probably. Some Shard Marines will be useful too, but Shard Rovers are what we're going to prioritize. We'll get a couple of... maybe not Shard Marines, get Shard Invaders instead. Replace that. And then we'll go back to Shard Rovers. Because they're just very good generally, and they're good at sitting in cities, they're good at attacking out of cities. Good all round. Still, the option of going into power for higher morale is there, but remember too, the Gaians have naturally low morale. And I remember what I was going to do with the welders place that we never did. We're going to do that. Oh wow, you are super unhappy. Let's insert something in there to prevent this from going crazy. You need a Rep Commons insert. They'll build it after the Aqua Farm, which I'm going to hurry.
Request confirmation.
There you go. No, what we want is we want to make a little bit of an adjustment to our spying option. Where is the best place to build it? Maybe it's Steve Door. Yeah, let's build it first. So we're going to hurry this.
Confirmation.
It's peanuts now. And we need to go to our design workshop. So, we're going to build a unit. We're going to say we want it to be... I mean, we could even make it a cruiser, but I think foil's probably adequate. We want it to have probe team equipment. We do not care if it has any shielding at all. We don't really care about even having deep radar, but it's free. But what I would prefer when it shows up, we'll save that. I don't want to spoil it. So just out of curiosity, this is 24 cost. If I do this, it's 32. For 2 extra movement, you know what? Sure, we'll do that. Normally I don't go this fancy pants. We don't usually go for cruisers. But what this is, we're going to rename this. This is just going to be our spy ship. It doesn't have to reinvent the wheel with the name. We're going to try and steal things. We're going to grab a couple of these. If I can find the unit that I just made. Where are you? There it is. We're going to probably get like 3. I'll get a couple of them pretty quickly and then get a third one later. Because we should be able to steal from the Gaians. We might be able to steal a tech or 2. We might just be able to steal some information. I think that's a pretty good use of time, though. A Centurn. More kelp, more forest, you know the drill by now. Oh, our nutrients ran out at Alpha Sector. Big sad. More spinning in circles.
Production complete. Maximum population reached.
We got a research hospital in. Still a very unhappy city is common ground. You do have a Rec Commons. Okay, then what you just need, Sunshine, is another defensive unit. Shard Marines at this point I'm going to say are obsolete. Chaos Marines technically are as well, but they're just good value for what we need. They give pretty good defense. They give a reasonable attack back. They're really what I'm using as defensive sentinels in kind of some places. This place is tiny, so maybe we'll do a little bit more to help. We'll get some probability sentinels and
Production
while
complete.
we're at it.
Production
The
complete.
klaxon began to wail, but we felt the reassuring tingle of the tachyon field crackling to life around us, encasing the entire base in its impenetrable glow. Spartan Kell, the fall of Sparta.
Well, clearly it wasn't that well defended then, was it? If that's the where it came from. But yeah, tachyon fields make... The balance between attack and defense is still very attack-oriented as the game goes by. But the tachyon field helps at least mitigate some of the giant chasm.
Production
We estimate that during the next mission century, most of planet's industries will be moved off-planet to Nessus Prime and other orbital facilities. Many of our industries will benefit greatly from the low-gravity environments available in space, particularly those involving genetically engineered microbes. CEO Mwabuduke Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
So we are getting to that phase of the game where some of the scientific and technological advancements are a bit ethically dubious. The living refinery would certainly be one of them. We're not going to think about it. We just get +2 support. And we do want to do that upgrade, sure.
Production complete. Production complete.
Have an interceptor, we're going to keep going.
Production complete. Production complete.
Network node done at Future's Fulcrum. Still not a very exciting city. Let's get some superformers, and then after that, a retcoms, because it's going to get angry pretty quickly, I'm sure. Then it's going to need a hab complex, get a research hospital. You know the drill. Kind of our secondary set of equipment now.
Production complete.
Okie dokie. You can see they're still expanding. There's Ocean Flower. I'm very tempted to just get a strong naval unit and run it out there.
Request confirmation.
There's the Shard Cruiser, so we'll get that next in the queue. Okay, so our Shard Penetrators. Ooh, what is in this transport? Colony pods, you say? Well, that's unfortunate. 325 to
Combat
5
report.
odds. Yeah, That's an unfortunate time to be alive for them. You'll now see that they're building AAA impact devices and units. That's because they're better, obviously, against the air units that are then ravaging them. You can be upgraded now. Now you're at 10, it's probably worth it. We're still not ready to send any troops over. We just don't have enough of them. We have another shard penetrator now, so we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can reach here, so let's go do that. We have like 4-to-1 odds. But this is how, when we get to the air game, if you get to air power first, you can start pinning the AI in by just constantly attacking, and it'll make them change their plans. If you are not the faction that gets air power first, they just do the same thing to you, and it's awful. You're defended. You have a new shard penetrator as well. You're definitely not going to be able to reach the front in time, but that's fine. It's not even worth coming over here. They're just so far away, I guess. Maybe that's why the AI is not coming this way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just going to move there. That's fine. Although we could do 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can just reach. So we have 3-to-1 odds there. That's perfectly okay. Excellent. And then this unit up front is an interceptor. So interceptors are far worse in combat against ground units. And you can see they have less fuel as well. But what they're designed to really do is just defend you. So we're going to just have it move over here initially. And then we're going to have it kind of scout around. Oh no, I lost your city. Oopsie daisy. That should also change what they plan to do. They're building cruiser transport, but cruiser transport is just going to get wrecked by us, and they should be building Isle of the Deep. There's no reason why, as this faction, you should be building transports. You should be building Bindworm versions of everything if you can. Really. You're a Chaos unit, so you need to be upgraded.
Turn complete.
And we should, yeah, start changing around what we're building. So you're still doing nothing in terms of ground units, so we should get some shard rovers. We'll let you build your hab complex
Request
first,
confirmation.
There you go. In terms of spanner works, I'm going to have you flip. You can see we're still spending a fortune to update, you know, keep all our units maintained, but it's fine. You need a hab complex real bad, so get that done. Then we're going to switch you to ground units as well and get some... Why get some shard batteries, because we do need some artillery. Our naval units will do some of it, but having a couple of those will be helpful. And does anything else critically need to change? Have they put troops down anywhere? Not that I can see. They never expanded over here, which is interesting. They put this city down a while ago, but they just haven't expanded. Okay. We could totally go out here and expand if we want to, but we really want the hive to do that. We have enough here as it is. We just don't have any formers yet. Let's
request confirmation.
hurry one so we can get that into motion. That's how you
request confirmation.
And you can go into Children's Crash, Network Node, Tachyon Field. We need to clear some of this fungus, like, really badly. Okay, longevity vaccine has been built by the university. We didn't have a chance. I plan to live forever, of course, but barring that, I'd settle for a couple thousand years. Even 500 would be pretty nice. CEO, Nobuta K. Morgan. This is a really good, really good secret project. I wish we could have built it, but we didn't have the option to do so. So what are we going to do?
Maximum population reached. Production complete.
Aerospace complex in play. I know we just built it, but I'm tempted to start building some naval units here. Start with one spy ship, and then we're going to go for one shard penetrator, and then we're going to get a shard cruiser.
Production complete. Production complete.
Most of the time naval units are obsolete, really, when air units are in play, but they do have a couple of situational uses.
Production complete.
You should get Biolab. Then you're going to probably be unhappy by the time that that's built, so get Rec Commons. a research hospital, and probably a tree farm by then too. So it's Control-Shift-A. Control-Shift-A. You need to heal. Finally, our not-so-good transport has arrived. We're just going to keep it here for now. I don't even know if we're going to use it or not, but we'll see. Our Shard Interceptor, we're going to move that to our kind of isolated Zeta sector option. And what we want to do is we want to... maybe you have to do it next turn. Nope, here it is. Under action, we want to go in and automate air defense. So it will just kind of go around and see what's near us and break things it sees that are dangerous. That's kind of practically how that works. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 6 to 2. Yeah, they still have nothing going on to take us out here. There will come a time eventually where they're either going to use air units to attack us, or they're going to end up putting tachyon fields with anti-air units in, and then it will be tricky for us, but we haven't got there yet. What do you have here? Okay, so you have fusion defenses. So yeah, these guys are scouts at this point, because we can't even upgrade them right now. You are going to fully automate to auto-improve home base. You are not, though. You're going to go in and automatic fungus removal everything. And you are going to fully automate, so you'll improve both of them. Shard Penetrator. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can reach here not too bad. And we didn't see anything unusual. Let's take out these mine worms. Or not.
Turn
we had nearly
complete.
4 to 1 odds, but that we lost. Again, that's just the odds, baby. You will lose sometimes. Just it's annoying when it happens. So, I guess we'll need more air units over here, but whatever.
Production complete.
Objects once measured in meters have become so small that they cannot be seen by the naked eye, with revolutionary applications across the board. Gentlemen, forget what your courtesans have told you. Size does matter. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, Morgan Industries Annual Report.
Silly Morgan. Yes, nano miniaturization. The hover tank. Enjoy seeing this, because in a lot of games we'll never get this far in a lot of games. So the hover tank is just a regular tank that can move further and doesn't have to deal with terrain penalty. We will start switching to those eventually, but baby steps. Algorithmic enhancement is the one that allows people to spy on the folks that have the hunter-seeker algorithm, which is us. However, the odds of them failing is still incredibly high. And unless you're attacking somebody with a hunter-seeker algorithm, I don't usually see it was worth building. Unless it's free, anyway.
Production complete.
Okay, so you have another defensive unit, so you're a bit less cranky. You're still pretty cranky, but less so. What we want to do is we want to prototype this, and then we're going to obsolete all of our rovers.
Production complete. Production complete. Production complete. Production complete.
Okay, you have a tachyon needle jet on the go. Let's have you build what? Probably a tachyon field based on where you are, obviously the Miriam defense location. After that, I think we're still going for them shard tanks at that point. They're so quick to build when they have no defense. It's craziness.
Production complete. Production complete.
You now have a tile to sit in. You can shoot that for free because that's artillery. It doesn't matter. No matter how many hit points you have, artillery is still going to fire. It'll be harder for them to defend a sea base because it'll be hard to reinforce them, so we're going to attack that next. You're going to rest up. You're going to rest up. You've only taken peanuts for damage, so it's fine. I want to see a bit on the inside. What's going on here? They still have a lot of fungus. Oh, 2 to 2. Okay, so this is the unit we don't want to see. The Gaian AAA Probability Sentinels, which they will start building everywhere. We can see it. These suck because that 100% bonus against air units will make them about as strong as our units are. They're the ones we have to artillery attack first. You're 8 to 3. I'm not doing that. What I'm going to do is sit here and I'm going to right-click, destroy enhancement, sensor array. Sometimes it fails. That time it did. Here's our spy ship. We are going to... Well, we could engage mind control, but I want to see if we got any research first. I don't care if they think it's us.
I think, and my thoughts cross the barrier into the synapses of the machine, just as the good doctor intended. But what I cannot shake, and what hints at things to come, is that thoughts cross back. In my dreams, the sensibility of the machine invades the periphery of my consciousness. Dark, rigid, cold, alien. Evolution is at work here, but just what is evolving remains to be seen. Commissioner Pravin Lal, Man and Machine.
So this is the tech they were using to build the neural amplifier with that the university ended up sniping. It's crazy that we were prioritized on conquest and didn't get this. Neural amp is defense, so I'm very glad the Gaians did not get it. Bioenhancement centers are just more morale for all unit types. Again, there is a secret project that builds one of those everywhere for free, so we'll try and avoid it. Well, we'll try and avoid building them separately is what I mean. But we can also now have units with 2 special abilities. What that invariably is going to mean is that it's probably going to have created a whole new set of units I'm going to have to prune. So I'm going to do that between episodes, and this is a good place to cut off anyway. It's quite a long one. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you want to see some more. You can see how crazy powerful planes are now, right? Yes, Gaians have kind of the perfect counter to it, but we were able to just mash, what, a dozen units for free and do nothing. Anyway, we'll talk more next episode. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.